students, my name is Putri Sofia Aminuddin. I'm the Program Director for Master of Laws Programs. So for this particular topic itself, we'll be touching on the topic of referencing. So what is referencing? So referencing, essentially, it's a method whereby any legal academic writers or even law students will need to provide a proper acknowledgement to the sources of information that they have used either in their assignment as well as in their dissertation. It is very important that all references provide the information so that when readers read it, readers know with regards to the information that you have written, it comes from a certain sources. Especially there are a lot of readers out there who like to know the original sources when it comes to the information that you have written. It is necessary to include a very detailed information on all sources when it comes to citing quotes, images, charts, table, opinions that you have provided in the content of your writing assignments. And also, you must compile all of the sources and summarize it in the bibliography. So when we speak of footnote, it essentially means that the students make references with regards to the sources cited in the body of the essay, which means if, let's say, in the first page of your assignment, you have made references to 10 authors. So on the first page itself, at the bottom of the page, there will be 10 footnotes appearing on your assignment. Same goes if on the second page itself, if you make references to like 5 sources, on the second page, at the bottom of the page, it will be evident or apparent that there are 5 sources that you have referred to. So after writing down all of the footnotes, students are required to compile all the sources that they have used for the purpose of their assignment and create a bibliography at the end of their written assignment. So this is a sample of assignment. So as you can see, the one in the red box are essentially the footnotes prepared by the students when it comes to making references to the original sources that they have referred to. So let's say in the first page itself, there are 5 sources. So as you can see, there are 5 footnotes at the bottom of the page. Same goes on the subsequent pages. Any references that you make, you need to provide a proper referencing. There are various types of referencing that students can opt, but for the purpose of legal assignment, the pertinent one would be the OSCOLA Referencing. So this is where students will need to provide proper acknowledgement when it comes to making references to textbooks, website, internet sources, even reports. Everything that you have referred to must be included in the body of your assignment. So how can you begin in providing footnotes? So I would strongly encourage all students when it comes to writing their assignment and even dissertation to invest in having a Microsoft Office so that students will be able to do a proper footnoting. Because I understand some students, they use other platforms such as OneNote or even just Notes itself to type in their essays, but then students will face difficulties in providing footnotes. So if you use Microsoft Word, so what you do is that you need to go to the tab button at the top of the screen, select references, and then there you can see few options, and then you just click insert footnote. So when you click on the insert footnote, the subscript of number 1 or 2, number 3 will appear at the bottom of the page. So as you can see, number 1, it will appear at the bottom of the page. And this is relevant. For example, when you're writing a particular sentence, that sentence is a summary from what you have written from another source. So once you have complete writing the sentence, then you can put the footnote at the end of that particular sentence. So if you have a paragraph and that paragraph consists of 5 sentences, so if 2 out of 5 sentences you make reference to other sources, then you will need to provide footnote at the end of these selected sentences in your essay. So earlier I've mentioned there are various types of referencing that students can choose, but for the purpose of legal assignments, students will need to choose OSCOLA Referencing. So what does OSCOLA stands for? It stands for Oxford Standard for Citing of Legal Authorities. So hence, it is very important for any academic writers writing with regards to any legal papers, law reports, or even a law assignment itself must make references using OSCOLA referencing. So it helps author to achieve consistency and also to make it easier for readers to read, as they can easily pick up who are the authors, name of title, year, publication, and page number with regards to the references that students have referred to. OSCOLA gives rules and examples for the main UK legal primary sources, and also if you make reference to other jurisdiction as well, OSCOLA referencing still applies. So there is a manual guide with regards to how students can make a cross reference on how to provide a proper referencing when it comes to textbooks, articles, even statutory provisions. It is provided in the guide itself. So let's begin on how students can cite a book. So in citing a book, there are two types of citation. One, students must cite in the footnote, and students must also cite in the bibliography. There are some minor differences in terms of how can a student cite in a footnote, as well as how student can cite in the bibliography. So when it comes to citing in a footnote, first, student must write the full name of the author, for example here, Gareth Jones, and then followed by comma, and then the name of the textbook, and it must be italicized. This is relevant when you're citing a book. So if the name of the book is Goff and Jones, the law of restitution, so you must provide the title of the book, and it must be italicized. And this will follow by the edition of the book, the name of the publisher, the year of publication, and these three information must be put in a bracket, and followed by page number. So as you can see, why do I highlight the name of the author as well as page number in yellow? So these are the information that is very crucial for students to include when they acknowledge the author of the information. So the name of the author and the page number must be evident when it comes to providing referencing in the footnote. But when it comes to bibliography, so there are minor changes, remember? So instead of writing the full name of the author in the bibliography, students will need to start with providing the surname of the author followed by the initial of the first name. So if it's Gareth Jones, in the bibliography, it will appear as Jones, G, the initial of the first name, comma, and then the title of the textbook, which must be italicized, and then the rest of the information will be similar as to citing footnote. For example, students must provide the edition, the name of the publisher, the page number, and all of this must be in one bracket without providing the page number in the bibliography. Page number is only applicable when citing a footnote. So as you can see, the differences between citing in footnote as well as citing in bibliography, the one in yellow is Gareth Jones and page number only appears in citing in a footnote, whereas when it comes to bibliography, the one that is in yellow is only the name of the author, which you need to start with the surname first, followed by the initial of the first name. So again, another example of citing a book is Elizabeth Fisher. You put the full name, comma, followed by the name, the title of the textbook, which you must italize it. And then if it's a first publication, you can put first edition, but if it's not available, you can just leave it blank and you straight away cite the name of the publisher, followed by the year of publication, and you close bracket and you put down the page number of the sources that you have referred to. So when it comes to citation in a bibliography, the same technique applies, whereby you put the surname first, followed by the initial, and then the rest of the information is similar as to how you cite a footnote. So this is an activity where you can try to complete to test whether or not you're able to cite a book in the footnote as well as in the bibliography. So when it comes to citing articles, it is slightly different from citing a book. The differences comes with regards to citing the name of the article as well as the year and then the name of a publisher. So if you look here, the full name of the author, you still will need to mention it. and then followed by comma. Instead of you writing the name of the title of the article in italics, so you have to open quote, you put down the title of the article, for example, in defense of due deference, and then you close bracket, you close quote, and then you put a bracket, the year of the article has been published, followed by the volume number, here it's 72, and then the name of the journal. So let's say if it's a Malaysian law report, you can put full name. If you couldn't find the full name of the journal name itself, you can put the abbreviation, MLR, CLJ, or WLR. So it is okay as well. And then you can see the 554. That's essentially the first page number where this article appears on that journal. So if you open a journal, usually there are various number of articles in that particular volume itself. So then you will need to cite the first page number of that article, and then you put comma, followed by the page number that you have referred to, where the source of information that you have paraphrased and then put inside your body of essay. So you need to put the page number of the source that you have referred to. So that's why it is highlighted in yellow. So you must make sure that you have mentioned the full name of the author, followed by the title of the article, the year in bracket, volume number, abbreviation of the journal article, the page number which this article first appeared, comma, followed by the page number that you have referred to. So again, you also need to provide citation in bibliography. The only difference would be the name of the author, where you need to put the surname first, followed by the initial of the first name and also middle name. So in this case, it will start with Young, A-L, comma, and then the rest would be similar on how you cite a footnote. So like for example here, this is an article on airline globalization, a Canadian perspectives. So how can you find the name of the author? So usually it's available on the first page of the article. So as you can see, the one that's circled in red at the left side of the screen, Caroline Hedrovic. So you put down the full name of the author, Caroline Hedrovic, comma, and you put open quote, the name of the title of the article, which is Airline Globalization, a Canadian Perspective, and you close a quote, and then followed by the year. So if you couldn't find the year on the first page itself, and you open the second page, then the year of the journal article will appear. And then followed by the volume number, and then put down the name of the journal. Here as you can see, it is evident, it is Transportation Law Journal. And then you write down the first page of this article appeared on Transportation Law Journal. So if it's 193, the one that's circled in red at the bottom of the page, then you put 193. If the source of your information you refer to on other pages, then you put comma, then you put 194 or 195. It depends on the references that students have made. Alright, so this is another example on how students can cite articles. So you can put J.A.G. Griffith, the Common Law and Political Constitution. That's supposed to be in black, not bold in yellow. And the rest, 2001, 117, followed by abbreviation of Law Journal, 42,64 is the page number. So how do you cite a chapter in edited book? So it's slightly lengthy as compared to citing a book. This is where you need to cite the name of the author of that chapter, Justin Pilar, comma, followed by open quote, the value of authorship in digital environment, which is the name of the title of the article, and then you put in. So that's why in is in yellow, because that's the additional information you need to put. And then you put the name of the editors, which would be William H. Dutton and Paul W. Jeffries, bracket EDS. EDS stands for editors, and comma, and then the rest of the information you follow as in how students will cite a textbook. So such as worldwide research, reshaping the science and humanities in a century of information, because this is the title of the book, so it has to be italicized, and followed by open bracket, the name of the publisher, as well as the year of publication, close bracket, and page number that you have referred to, which is in yellow. This is the crucial information students must include. Same goes when it comes to citation and bibliography. It is similar except for the ones in yellow, where you need to make sure that the surname of the author starts first, followed by the initial, and then the rest would be all the same. So citing newspaper articles, this is a technique. In citation, in a footnote, you must mention the full name of the author, and open quote, Supreme Court warns on quality. This is the title of the newspaper article. And then you close quote, and then you put the name of the newspaper itself, Financial Times, The Star, Mystery Times. You italize it, and you put bracket, the city that the newspaper is being published. So is it London, is it Kuala Lumpur, is it Manila, or is it Melbourne? So you specify it, and you put quote, the date that the article was published in that newspaper. So if it's 1st July 2007, so you specify that, close bracket, and you put the page number which this article appeared. So similarly, in citation bibliography, student must include similar information, except the only difference is the one highlighted in yellow. Citing online articles, students will need to provide the full name of the author, Sarah Cole, comma, and open bracket, the name of a title, and then you can see the one that is in yellow is a bracket, Naked Law. This is the name of the website. If it's the Star Online, you put the Star Online. If it's the Guardian, then you specify the Guardian. Then the name of the website must be italicized, then you comma, followed by the date where the article was published, and then you put the website link itself. So once you have specified the website link, you must make sure that you put access on which date that you have made reference. So if it's today, for example, in June, 1st of June 2020, then you have to write access 1 June 2020. So similarly, citation in bibliography, the information are similar except the name of the author must start with the surname followed by the initial. And student must remember to also include the name of the online publisher, the date of publication, because students tend to omit this and only copy paste the website link. So this is an example of where students can cite information on the newspaper. So as you can see, information with regards to the author is there, the year or the date of publication is on the left side of the screen, it's provided there, the website link is on top of the screen. So all this information can be gathered on the website. So this is what bibliography will look like. It's a compilation of books, internet sources, newspaper articles, journal articles. So as you can see, it's similar as to how you cite footnote, except it's a compilation in one page, and all citation will begin with the author's surname followed by the initial. Okay, so this is an example of how assessment criteria look like, because proper references will be provided with marks. As you can see on the right side column of the screen, you can see referencing, if there's a poor use of OSCOLA referencing, or if there's excellent use of OSCOLA referencing. So please try to practice to provide proper OSCOLA referencing in your assignment. In the circumstances where students are unable to provide OSCOLA referencing, it could amount to plagiarism. So plagiarism is essentially means that when a person copies another person's work without providing proper acknowledgement. So how can lecturers detect this? So that's why all assignments created by students will need to be uploaded on Turnitin, and Turnitin is a platform where it can check on the similarity index for each sentences used. It comes from which website, which textbook, which sources. So that's why it is very important for all students to paraphrase the sentences that they have used so that it will not be picked up by Turnitin. So plagiarism is in fact an act of fraud. That's why Taylor's University take plagiarism issue very seriously, because this amounts to someone stealing someone else's work and not admitting about it afterwards. But then evidence will be provided from the Turnitin website. So according to Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary, what does plagiarism actually mean? It essentially means stealing someone else's work and then pass it off as if it's your own work, it's your own research, or you use someone else's work without providing proper acknowledgement when someone's commit literary theft. So even if it's an idea, you can commit plagiarism. And you opt someone's information or research and present it as new and original idea, whereas it was derived from existing source. So all of these examples amount to plagiarism. So examples of plagiarisms are as follows. When you submit your work as if it's your own, whereas students copy it from someone else, you fail to provide credit, fail to provide quote when it's needed, provide incorrect information, especially when it comes to statistics, change certain words by copying the sentence structure without giving you credit, and copying so many works or ideas from a source that it makes up a majority of the work, and whether you give credit or not, it can amount to plagiarism. So when in doubt, you always need to cite it. So when you're not sure, you can just cite it. So this will make sure that you're in a safe place, that you have provided proper acknowledgement to the original author. The consequences is severe. When students fail to provide proper referencing, plagiarism can result either in reduction of marks or reduction of grade, but it can also result in student being suspended or program depending on how severe is the plagiarism is. And worse, students can be expelled from the program. So plagiarism can result in expulsion from that particular academic institution, and it not only applies to a Taylor's University, from any university from around the world as well. So academic disciplinary hearing will take place to determine the reason why students copy, paste, or did not provide proper referencing. Even though students are not found guilty, but because investigation and hearing has been conducted, it will leave a record in the student file. So remember, plagiarism is a serious academic misconduct. So when you're in doubt, you just cite it. All right, that's all for today. So if you're not sure, feel free to reach out to me. We can go through together on how to provide proper referencing when it comes to writing in your assignment. Thank you.